Okay, now you're live.
We're live again?
Yeah, you're
Is
live.
the orientation right?
Yes, that's right. Sorry, everybody.
There you go.
I was having a meltdown. Yeah, like that was screwy. I don't know why that happened. Okay. What's up, everyone?
So yeah, Winnie is now the same size as Maggie. She's 13 weeks old. Or is it 14 weeks?
How was everybody's week? Good? Let's see, who's here? Dripping Glass is here. Adam Culbertson, Efog, Tavo, Nick Bruni, J. Russell Finch says he's resubscribed.
Nice.
Well, thank
nice.
you.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Parker Russell.
We've had a big bump in subscribers lately.
John M. says we're back. Chris Freemesser, Paul Cavazola, Greasy Garage, Unfinished Project, Joe K, Crazy 77. Yeah, we did, we got 1,000 subs in the last 2 days.
Well, we typically pick up 4,000 a month. It's like 4,000, 4,500 a month. And we're almost at 10,000 for this last month.
I know. Thank you, everybody.
Yes, thank you to everybody who subbed.
We really appreciate it. You have no idea.
I think we're picking them up because we're doing videos that are a little bit more, so we did the dealership one, we did the mechanical issues, the problems with new cars. And
Right.
I think that's bringing in a lot of fresh,
people. Yeah,
a lot of new people.
because they don't care about flipping their pistons.
They don't care about flipping pistons,
No.
right? Go figure. I thought everybody cared about that, but as it turns out,
They
no.
don't, no.
They care about the New World Order taking over.
Oh, no, is that
Economic
again?
collapse.
Oh, again? So what are we going to talk about this week, Tony?
Whatever they want to talk about.
Nick Bruni says prolific content, exclamation points.
Thank you. Prolific.
Prolific.
You're the first person who said you've done prolific content.
Good evening, Franco.
Franco, what's happening, man?
John M. Two Hacks is here. David Fernandez says, hi guys, can you tell me what deleting MDS means for the Hemi issue? Thank you.
That's the it's a system that shuts off certain cylinders at cruise, low load use. I have absolutely zero hands-on experience with that. You hit the forums or you search other videos for it because I can't tell you what to do, the pros or the cons.
So James Fife is here. He says, what's up, Tony?
Oh, living the dream, bro. I lit the
X.
candle.
Oh, did you light the lamp?
Oh, the lamp,
You did
yeah.
a good job. Robert Rio, yeah, we're back.
With a vengeance.
Stang Lincoln is here.
Back for blood.
You know,
Stang Lincoln.
has
Wow.
been here a long
Stang
time.
Lincoln. It's been years, bro. How are you? Welcome home.
Hope you're doing well. Rocky Myers. I know, I'm missing everybody. Abel D, Numbnuts, Turn and Bank. See Roma, Charlie's here.
Charlie, what's happening?
I'm sorry if I'm missing you. Just keep talking. Oh, good, Maggie's barking. I'm taking
That's unusual.
attendance. Yeah, it's okay.
What could possibly make Maggie bark?
I don't know. All right, so what's going on in the car world this week?
In the
Tony?
car world?
Yeah, anything?
Oh, jeez.
Anything important? Anything we should talk about?
No, we shot the first part of a video this afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be up at the end of the week, which is something different. It'll be fun.
Right.
What else? I'm all jazzed on the propane thing.
Yeah, April D is talking about the propane. Love the propane videos. I bet the bump in subs was the latest propane fuel advice / conspiracy theory.
No, the propane video is getting about the usual number of videos. It's like 5 of 10, and it's at 34,000 views or so. So it's right where you expect the video to be. All of the high impact videos are all stuff that is a little bit past that. But that doesn't mean I'm going to shift the channel to talk about other things. But
John M says that propane setup sounded awesome. I'm gonna get her in the house. I'll be right back, everybody.
Wait, you're gonna leave me?
Maggie,
You're gonna leave me
come
alone?
here.
I don't have my phone to.
I'm right here.
No, but you.
Look, I'm gonna
you
read.
went away.
I'm standing right here. I'm gonna read.
Don't do that. You freak me out.
Oh my goodness. Hoovy covered for Steve Max. Yes,
I saw
he
that.
did.
I
Come
saw
on,
that.
Maggie, Cookie. Come on.
I saw that.
Cookie. Cookie. Come on.
Steve has been sitting up. That's the only thing that I know about.
Maggie, bread.
I do have a family contact that I'll probably, actually, I should have messaged her today.
Let's go.
Oh, jeez.
Get in the house. Brad, come on.
Go in the house. Maggie, in. All right, babe. All right, you can't do that. Let them bark. Let them bark.
Well, no, it's not good.
So I have
Sharon. Yeah.
I have a family contact that I should have messaged today, but my head was in another place. I'll do it tomorrow, and if there's any news, I will pass it on to you guys.
Let's see. Yes, on Hoovy.
I offered to do, to stand in and do a couple of videos, but nobody ever got back to me. But Hoovy has a much bigger audience than we do.
Yeah,
so
obviously. Okay, Ashley, I'm gonna mess up your last name, Ashley. Please forgive me. Pavliuk. New to the channel, burning question. What happened to the Bottle Rocket playlist?
The Bottle Rocket what?
Playlist?
We took it down. That was.
But if you're new to the channel, how do you know about the Bottle Rocket playlist?
We took it down because of lamb chop. That's why we took it down.
Yeah. I'm just playing with you.
No, but I mean, Kathy's got a point.
Oh, let's see. What's Slaghammer doing?
Sitting there collecting dust at the moment.
Ashley says newish.
Newish.
It's okay, Ashley.
Just collecting dust. Ready to run, collecting dust. We haven't had a dog sitter for the last couple of weeks. And yesterday, my back has been kind of on its way out again. And I was just like, I just don't feel like loading and unloading the car. Next week. We have a dog sitter for next week, correct? For Saturday?
I don't know. I have to call her.
Well, Doris said she was going to be gone for 2 weeks. And that was last week and this week.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I have to get in touch with her. Is something on Saturday, though, that's not that? I don't know. I gotta look at the calendar.
Basketball game.
That's next week.
That's next week. Okay.
Let's see. Johnny C. says, our high school shop teacher drove his daily 54 Chevy powered by propane. Was always at work. Must be super dependable.
I mean, I don't see how it wouldn't be dependable. It's the simplest system in the world. I mean, it's a pressurized tank, a hose, a regulator, and a valve. It doesn't get any simpler than that. So, yeah, reliability, I'm sure, is like, it has to be the most reliable way you can deliver fuel to an engine. My only question is power. I don't know. I'm still learning about it. I can't imagine anything that could sound the way that thing sounds, the way it just climbs on top of the throttle. And it's got such a healthy, clean, exhaust note. I can't imagine it not making at least as much power as it would on gasoline, but the numbers don't add up. So we're going to find out, and we're going to do back-to-back. So I'm looking for a 500 CFM carburetor to match come close to matching the mixer, the propane mixer we have, so we can run the same car, same engine, same day. I'll put a draggy on it. Remember, the whole purpose of the mule is to have a car that's drivable, that we don't have to put it up on a trailer and take it to a friggin' track. The whole purpose of the mule is so we could drive it. So I'll have a draggy on it, and we'll do same everything, same. Just switch between the carburetor and between the gasoline and the propane, and get an exact back-to-back and see where it goes from there.
John even sent you a super chat for $49.99.
Well, thank you.
Thank you, John.
Thank you very much.
There's no question attached to it. So now I have to look. I don't know why that happens sometimes, but thank you. I'm going to keep an eye out for your question. Let's see. That was very nice.
That's extremely nice. Thank you.
Let's see.
It'll go towards dog food and vet bills.
Vet bills.
We spent a lot on dog food and vet bills.
We do. It's okay. But maybe we should use it for the channel, for car stuff. Maybe?
We got to take care of the dogs first.
Oh my goodness.
Dogs always first. I love you guys. I love the cars, but my puppies are my puppies.
I don't see a question from him. All right, I'm going to keep looking. Shoehorn Jackson, Tony, have you heard of Tom Luengo? And what do you think of the Chevron difference? Sorry.
Oh wait, okay, that rings a bell. Say it one more time.
I have to find it again. Sorry, I lost it, Tony.
Okay.
Oh, have you heard of Tom Luengo?
Tom Luengo. It rings a bell, but
and what do you think of the Chevron difference?
The Chevron difference. I don't. I don't. Give me a little bit more to go on, because it's ringing bells, but maybe my head just isn't where you're asking.
Let's see. Jason Adams says, "Hey guys, been reading your stuff since the 10-minute tune-up. Then been watching the channel for a few years now."
Oh, geez, the 10-minute tune-up. That was.
I enjoy the educational content. Whatever happened to the 318 with David and Andy?
It went to weird places, and I backed away from it. It's my fault for not communicating at the beginning, being more specific on how I wanted things done. It went off into directions that I totally wasn't expecting. So I'm not going to pass blame off on anybody else. I'll take blame for this, for not being more specific as to what I wanted, how I wanted this thing to go, and by not staying on top of it on a day-to-day. It happens. Things happen. I do plan on that will happen. That whole concept will happen, and I have the engine put aside for it. But I've also got other things to do first. So that's that.
Okay.
Yeah, 10-minute tune-up.
Something.
That's of all the things we've ever done.
Yeah,
the
that's what people
10-minute
remember.
tune-up
Yeah.
is the one that everybody.
Well, that's good. That means people used it, right?
Yeah, but that was like 35, 36 years ago.
It has staying power.
Yeah.
Show Mexican Spec your Coke.
Oh.
He's asking if you're missing something. No, he's got it.
No, I got it. Mexican pride, right? There it is.
Yeah. John Mikowski says, "How are you doing?"
Very good.
Very good. All right. Okay. Dogs. All right.
She's eating the planter. Guys, you can't.
The dog is eating the planter. It's okay. I'm trying to go through. Okay, Hot Rod Monza says, "Y'all gotta ask why no one races on propane." Lots of exclamation points.
I don't know why people don't race on propane. Okay, why don't people race on nitro? You know, why is nitro only limited to the NHRA fuel classes? And like nostalgia cars, why doesn't? So like, there's a lot of things why don't people use? I don't know. But then again, we're not building a race car here. We're building a hot rod, right? We're not even a hot rod. It's a test bed just to try different concepts. So propane is one of those concepts. Why don't people race in it? I don't know.
James Viola sent you super chat. Thoughts on thread inserts for stripped spark plug?
Hit and miss. You got to be careful. You know, I'm watch some videos on threading those spark plugs. When you thread, you've got to keep grease on the tap, because the grease will catch the shavings and keep it from getting in the cylinder. A couple of small shavings in the cylinder aren't really going to hurt you. They'll get blown out the exhaust. But I mean, I've done it. When you got to do it, you have to do it. You got to strip that spark plug hole. You helicoil it.
When does the test mule become powered by propane? Is that what it's going to say on the side, powered by propane?
No, probably not. It'll be the first thing in. That propane motor is going to be the first thing in the car.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Hey,
So
Tony,
for the car, I still have to do the front end.
Mm-hmm.
Low control arm bushings are gone. I think it needs one of the ball joints. The brakes are all the way around. I got to do all the brakes on the car. There's a lot of things inside. I got to wire it. There's a lot of stuff that has to be done to the car. So we're moving into the new shop in February. So the car, the mule, and everything associated with the mule has to be finished before we leave this shop. And I got to give myself at least a month. So everything has to be finished, let's say, by the holidays. The car has to be running, whatever motor is going to go into the car, everything's got to be all done. So, and that'll give me cushion that I can start moving stuff over to the new place and getting organized and set up and everything else. So by the holidays, everything should be up and running.
Robbie Posey says transmissions are scary. Do you know any good channels for a A500 trying to rebuild?
Well, that's really the same as a torque flight. They're really easy. I mean, go back. I did a couple of them on this channel. Just basic torque flight freshen up. Trust me when I tell you, it's far easier than you think that it is.
Long Island Mopars. Long Island.
Long Island.
Just wanted to say thanks for sharing your knowledge. I recently got a 72 Satellite Sebring Plus running like mint.
I love those cars, bro.
My dad and guys like you were my teachers. Thank you.
The 72 SSP is like the prettiest B-body ever, right? I mean, a lot of people like the 71s, but that satellite body, the 72, yeah, I know they kind of they chased that with the marker lights and stuff like that, but the tail lights on that car, you know, the way just everything about the 72 satellite, especially the SSP, it's just perfect. It's just the most beautiful car.
Okay, Charles S. says, Uncle Tony, can you share your thoughts on the unrealistic expectation of horsepower? Everybody seems to think you need 1,000 horsepower to have fun.
You know, 1,000 horsepower. So, you know, here's the thing with that, right? If you have 500 horsepower, or you have 800 horsepower, or you have 2,000 horsepower, or you have 7,000 horsepower, none of it makes a difference if you can't hook it to the ground. So, unless you're talking about roll racing from like 70 miles an hour, you know, that type of thing, but if you're talking about in a traditional hot rod, 450 to 500 hooked up horsepower is incredibly efficient. It's a lot of fun, especially in a lighter car, something in the 3,000 pound range. It's just people just, they like numbers. They just like numbers. So they race dynos more than they do cars. So they put the value in the dyno. So I mean, if you got a 1,000 horsepower car that doesn't hook, that just slips and slides, or you got a 500 horsepower car that bites and goes, the 500 horsepower car gets to the other end first. But it's not as impressive as the numbers that pop up on a dyno. And the thing is, today you have so many cheap, easy ways to make power that we didn't have, let's say, you know, back in the 70s, the 80s, or, you know, before that. There's turbochargers. So you go back then, right? There were turbochargers, but they were very exotic. You had, you know, roots blowers were the common thing. They're not all that efficient. You know, so like a 700 horsepower, 800 horsepower roots blown car was like a big deal. But anyway, nitrous oxide, turbochargers, all of the easy ways to make power, those dyno numbers are what people, that's what they go for. That's what they go for.
Let's see. We're talking to each other. Hang on. Have you ever done any metal work welding? You just do the simple stuff. Matt Jones is asking.
What do you mean metalwork welding?
I don't know.
I've
You just do the simple stuff.
I've welded like everything you could weld. Not at one time.
Like metalwork, like Chuck Yoder type of metalwork? Is that what he means?
I have
Like
no
that's
idea.
all he does is he welds, and sometimes he welds.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a
rough.
professional welder.
Yeah.
I never pretended to be a professional welder, but I've welded everything you need to weld on a car at one time or another.
You weld nice with gas.
I weld really nice
Yeah,
with gas,
beautiful.
oxyacetylene, but I haven't done it in like 20 years.
Yeah. Let's see. Willie King says, I'm totally tuned into the propane. My biggest gripe with LP is fuel level metering. It is so inaccurate.
You know, I noticed that on the gauges that are, so I got 3 tanks with that setup. And by weight, one of them is dead empty. One of them is about half full, and the other one is mostly full. That's when I got hooked up to the engine right now. And I noticed that the gauges, each tank has a gauge, and even the one that's dead empty doesn't read dead empty on the gauge. So yeah, I don't know about that.
Dakota says, Tony, do you think a stock 318 with a regular rain gap will take a little boost, or is that a bad idea?
Little boosts, like under 10 pounds, yeah, you'd probably be okay. Just keep it at a detonation.
Sorry I'm late. Are you detailing the duster? You left a mess back there.
What did I do?
You left a mess back there on the car.
Oh, I was compounding.
Where's Winnie?
Where is Winnie?
Do you see her?
Winnie! It's dark out now. Oh, there she is. Good girl, Winnie. Come here.
Let's see.
You're such a good girl.
Brett McIntyre says, I bet your propane tank in the video is good for less than 100 miles.
The guy I bought it from said that, because he was using that thing, on-road and off-road, and he said that it got the equivalent of about a full tank of regular fuel. So, I don't know. We'll find out.
Let's see. Have you figured out how to smoke while wearing a welding helmet?
Yes.
She thinks she wants to go in.
Yes, I always smoke under my welding helmet. Hang on, let me put the puppy in.
Okay, go ahead. Put her in a pen. Okay. Chris Cadman has a question for you, Tony.
Okay.
Uncle Tony, that's you.
Yes, sir, that's me.
One question, please.
Yes.
Last time you knelt on a lug nut.
Last time I did what?
Knelt on a lug nut.
When did I melt?
Kneel. When the last time you knelt on a lug nut?
I have a habit. As I take the lug nuts off, I stick them under the car.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a habit I got into probably 40 years ago when I knelt on a lug nut. And I'm just never going to do that again.
See? Winnie for the win. Love dogs. Thank you, John. John Fitzgerald. R.I.P. Fluxy. Yeah, 0. Lug nuts are bad, but lug bolts are worse.
I hate lug bolts. German cars have lug bolts.
You talking about Germans?
Yeah, talking about Germans.
That's what I thought you were doing.
That's how they lost the war. The lug bolts. It took them too long to get their wheels back on.
Is that it?
That was it.
Oh my goodness.
That and they were too busy ironing their uniforms.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
What was that look?
You never really think about that.
Yeah.
Who did all that work?
Too much time putting their lug bolts in and ironing the uniforms, and that gave the Allies the advantage.
Right. See. Italian cars have lug bolts too.
Yeah. It's just something I think about with Germans.
They did look sharp, yeah.
Early Korean cars had lug bolts also.
they?
When they started, when the Koreans started building cars and sending them over, they had lug bolts.
Are their uniforms as pressed?
Who, the Koreans?
Yeah.
I don't. Well, they look pretty neat.
Yeah. It's good. This conversation's gonna go someplace. Okay.
Fine.
It doesn't need to go.
Just let it go.
Let it go.
Wherever it's gonna go. Just let it
Mine
go.
lug bolts, yeah, right.
Mine lug
Mine
bolts.
lug bolts. All right, so there's an old joke about mine stamps. my stamps. Forget it. Let's
Yeah,
just
it's-
move on.
You had to have been coming
You
on
had
these
to be
lives
there.
for the last like 4 years. Too.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. Sorry you guys missed it. What is that flying above heads?
CIA.
They want to know what we're doing. Is that what it is?
They're keeping tabs.
Are they?
Uh-huh.
Okay. There's a black helicopter. All right. Hey, Tony, have you done anything to the Jeep lately?
Which one?
I don't know. The red one?
No,
Black
driving
one?
it was off the road for a little while. I had to change the piston in it, but I've been driving it for like the last week.
Yep. Okay, so Justin Laura says mine stamps was so funny, but you kind of had to be there. You did have.
You
to
had
be
to be
there.
there.
Yeah, it was very funny. There's little lives that we did for everybody that wasn't there. Plane would sound better with a V8, Wayne Ferguson says. Stephen wrote, Uncle Tony,
Yes.
do 440s have Teflon timing gears? White gears, if so.
No. No, the big blocks always had metal gears. The 318s had. The 360s had them? Yeah, 318s and 360s had them. 340s had steel gears, if I remember correctly.
Is a Jeep automatic?
Both of my Jeeps are both 98s. They're both 4.0s. They're both automatic. The red one is two-wheel drive. The black one is four-wheel drive.
Is drag season over there due to the weather?
No, we still have like a month left.
If it doesn't rain.
If it doesn't rain.
It only rains every time.
We got rained out 11 times this year.
It's crazy, right? Oh, Wayne Buzzle says Alan Milliard has a new video out.
Does he? What did he build now?
You're gonna have to watch it, I guess.
I guess so. Hey, Lily.
Let's see. Not true, Tony. I have a 383 with factory nylon gears, 1979 D200.
79. They stopped building 383s in 71. And they stopped building big blocks altogether in 78. So you're mistaken somewhere.
Lily. JK, how often do you need four-wheel drive in Tennessee, though?
You don't. And honestly, the two-wheel drive is
Stop it, Lily.
one of the things is the two-wheel drive Jeeps all come with sugar, and the four-wheel drive Jeeps all come with open rears, and so unless you've got the four-wheel drive engaged, the two-wheel drive is actually more capable. But there's a drastic difference between them in the drivability.
I don't like the death wall.
That's a problem. We gotta fix that.
It's really bad.
Yeah.
Just in the red Jeep, not in the black Jeep. And what do you call it? I got stuck before. Yesterday I got stuck.
Vapor
vapor
locking. I know.
Oh,
I thought I had that.
man.
I thought I had that locked, but I guess not.
Driving me crazy. Dale Cloca says thank you for this channel.
Well, thank you for appreciating it.
Let's see. Do I need hardener for the sunrise red paint? Johnny 1982 is asking.
If you're gonna put it on like something that's gonna be, prone to chipping and stuff like that, then yeah, throw some hardener in there.
But he's talking about painting the block, maybe.
Oh,
That's
no.
probably why he's asking.
No, I've never added hardener on a block. I mean, it wouldn't hurt. It wouldn't hurt. But no, I've never done it.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. How's the green duster doing? I remember when you painted it, Million Mile Garage.
It's doing pretty good. I compounded.
Trying to compound it.
So I washed it. I washed it. I painted it, drove it for like a day, and then parked it back here, and it hasn't moved since, and it hasn't been washed since. So I've been compounding little areas of it, trying to get it to. It's been a mess. So I'm trying to get the color back up.
New shop? Question marks?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. We're moving closer to civilization, to a shop that's got some car friends of mine. They're already in there. They have a separate business. They're car people. Where I am right now, I'm the only one. I'm surrounded by mattress and landscaping. So I'm moving to a shop that's a little bit closer to like part stores and food and all of the things you need just to sustain life. And also, there's car people there, so I'll be able to get a hand when I need it.
That'll be nice.
It will be
And
nice.
give a hand when they need it.
Plus, I'm getting rid of a lot of space that I don't use. Because when we moved into the shop
Yeah.
that we're in now, I had a whole different plan. I had a whole different direction of things that I wanted to do. And we tried a bunch of them, and it did not work out.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't need all of the space that I have with downsizing.
Yeah, I think it'll be better.
Yeah.
Let's see. Am I still driving Project Daily Driver? Sometimes.
You drove it today?
Yeah, I drove it today, actually. Yeah. Not all the time, but it starts a lot better now. I don't know what you did. Remember it had that starting problem?
It had a bad starter relay. New.
Oh, it was driving me crazy. Every time I would get in the car,
It had
it was
the car.
dead.
The car had a new starter relay on it, and it never gave me a problem. Every time I'd start it, it was just go.
It drove
And
me
then
crazy.
she'd get stuck with it. But it was a defective new starter relay.
I used to have to start it from under the hood all the time.
Yeah.
Every
Jump
time
out.
I went to the store, I would have to open the hood and start it from under the hood.
Never did it for me. Never
No,
did it for me.
but it
Only
would
for
always
her.
do it with me. I don't know why. What state are we in? Tennessee. Middle Tennessee. Let's see. Are you getting a hoist, Tony? Do you mean a lift?
No.
No, right?
No.
Dr. Art has that lift. It's really nice, though. You
He
wouldn't
has.
do that?
Yes, he has a nice lift.
You wouldn't do that?
No.
No? Do you hate them?
I just don't want to lift.
Mm. What city are you in?
Murfreesboro. We're about 25 miles south of Nashville.
Captain Desmo is here.
Who was here?
Captain Desmo.
Yeah,
Nick Bruni says, ha ha ha, denial. What are we denying?
maybe he's talking about the Nile River in Egypt.
I don't know.
Denial.
Maybe. Possibly. Timo Hogan says, tell him thanks for the rocking chair chat.
You're welcome.
He says, confusion.
That's my boomer chair.
Your boomer chair. That's pretty funny. We have a boomer chair in the living room, too.
Yeah, I keep boomer chairs everywhere.
Yeah,
Since I'm
all
a
over the
boomer.
place.
I never know when I have to go off on a boomer rant, so I keep those chairs around.
Mm-hmm. But you don't use the one here at the home.
No, because we don't film anything in the living room.
No, we've had that one for a long time.
Yeah.
Let's see. Uncle Tony, your opinion on the biggest, if any, drawback to electric chokes?
As long as they're hooked up right, and you're not drawing power directly from the ignition. No, not. Well, the only drawback under certain circumstances is the engine is still warm. Top of the motor is cold, like I have it during the winter, where the ambient air, will be lower, but the engine block and everything, the internals are still, so the choke will start to close, and you'll end up running fat for a couple of seconds. But other than that, no real drawbacks.
Boomer rants are powerful.
Yes. I strive to be the most powerful boomer I can be.
Yeah?
Yes.
You're barely a boomer.
By 2 years.
Yeah, barely.
I was born in '62. The cutoff for boomers is '64.
I should fight you. We're in different generations.
We are, but that's that generation gap that we have.
Yeah. It's pretty big, actually. Let's see. Are you ever going to revisit that Max Wedge you road trip visited during COVID? I don't think he'll have us back. Did you say anything to get him upset?
No, I don't think so. I haven't heard from him since that came out. It's a possibility.
So you plan? The car is in the same exact state.
It's going to be in
when
the
you
same,
left it,
yeah.
Because
It's going to be sad. I can go
10
there.
years before that,
and
you
it-
knew the car was there and it was
Right,
in the
exactly.
same exact state.
I went there. So I found that car 15 years ago. Was it about 15 years ago? And it was sitting. It wasn't sitting in a position where it is now. It was sitting like halfway in a ditch. Right? He moved it from the time that I first saw it until we shot that video. and the car was, the frame, or the undercarriage was actually sitting on the ground. And at that time, I offered, I said, listen, I'll give you some wheels, to put on the car. It didn't have any wheels on it. And he's like, no, it's fine. I says, but it's sitting on the ground. It's going to rot into the ground. And he says, nah, it's okay, it's okay. And I offered to go there and jack the car up and put it on blocks or something, just to preserve it. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, no, it's good. And then, I guess it was about 10 or 12 years later, we shot the video that we shot. Sorry, guys. Hey, let me get them in the house.
Go ahead.
Okay, you keep them entertained.
Oh, sure, because
Okay.
that's what I'm best at.
Come on, you want cookies? Come on, who wants cookies?
Oh, they're listening to him. That's nice. A little guided relaxation. I'll tell Tony you said hey. Cookies, yes. It's the only way sometimes you can get them in the house. They have us trained well. Entertain us, Uncle Kathy. I'm not good at that. Any updates on Steve? I think Tony said earlier that he's sitting up and that's all he knows right now.
Come on.
What's up, Ghost Flyer? End of time, you want a cookie? Get dog cookies. Okay. Tony is gone. He's coming back. He's getting the dogs in the house. Because they're crazy.
Right here. Come on, you gotta come in. Maggie, come on.
Kathy, how good you getting with video editing? Tony doesn't like a lot of editing, so I don't really get to practice doing anything. He keeps me on a tight rein. Right, Tony?
I couldn't get Maggie to come in. She
Okay.
don't want to listen.
Tony likes videos edited like very little.
As little as possible.
He doesn't want anything fancy or anything,
We leave mistakes in.
Yeah, he likes mistakes in.
If I screw up doing something, we leave it in.
I don't get to exercise my creative talents with my video editing.
I try to do the most straight. I try to do the most honest videos that I can. I try to do the most straightforward and honest videos that I can. She takes out. I stutter. Right? I don't do it here on the lives. Well, maybe I do. I don't know. But I stutter when I'm making videos. She'll edit those out. If I start a sentence and then realize, oh wait, and there'll be like a gap there, she'll edit that out just to smooth it out a little bit. But
yeah, minimal editing.
Minimal editing.
So I don't, unless I have to do something, then I'll Google it to learn how to do it. Otherwise, I don't.
Yeah.
Because I have no use for it, and I'll just forget it if I don't use it every day.
And we shoot everything like one take, right?
That's what you like.
Yeah, I feel it has to be done in one take. I can't tell you guys how many times we'll do like a 15-minute video, right? And I'll get like 13 minutes into it, and then like something will happen, and I'll lose my way, I'll lose my path or anything like that, and then it's like stop, and we'll go back and we'll start all the way at the very beginning and run it through again. I don't like to splice stuff together, but it's funny because the video that what we shot today.
I have to do a lot of editing.
There's going to be a ton of editing, and it has to be shot over the course of like 3 or 4 days. So
every once in a while, there's a video like that. Not often.
Very rarely. Very
yeah,
rarely.
very rare. Video on the mystery vehicle. Joe K is asking. You have to do that one.
Relax.
He says relax. Relax. Go ahead, Maggie. Go.
She doesn't want to go in.
She just wanted to go in. She's at the door.
She wants a cookie, is what she wants.
Oh, well,
but she wants a cookie
she
out
only
here.
gets if she's going in.
Right, Maggie?
This is what happens when you do stuff at your house.
You're such a good girl.
Tony, the do-over guy. Yeah. Didn't you scrap like a 40-minute video? Yeah.
The other day.
Yeah.
I had one of the ones we posted recently was a 40, like I had done a whole like 40 minutes, and I went back and I watched it. I got about halfway through and I was like, nah, and I just hit delete and started all over again.
I don't know how you do it. Yeah, mystery vehicle. So they're asking, what's the mystery vehicle?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
He's going to do a video on it.
We're going to do a video.
Yeah. Was Tony's dad a mechanic? How did he get into it?
I am the only gearhead in my entire bloodline.
Mm-hmm.
You would not believe that I came from the family that I came from.
They're not into cars.
Even a little bit.
Yeah, even a little bit.
Yeah. Anti-car.
They're anti-car.
Anti-car.
It's okay. Not everything's for everybody, right?
Mm.
Let's see. T-Chops88 sent you super chat.
Thank you.
Hey Tony, could kit car companies make basic vehicles like S10s and G-bodies for those that want new and rust-free but don't want 2023 technology?
Yes, absolutely. There's a company called Dynacom. Is that it? Dynacom? Dynacorn? Dyna something or other. And they make Mustang bodies, they make Camaros. I think they do an E-body. Like, they specialize in like pony car type of bodies. But yeah, it's very possible to have that done.
Not even Uncle Normal James.
No,
Yeah,
even Normal James, no. Which is how one of the reasons he got the name Normal James back in when we were kids, because he was like normal and I was like a freaked out gearhead.
Are the UAW strikes making any waves in your community yet?
No, not yet. But there's going to be a lot of fallout from that. I don't know what the ultimate effect of it is. To me, the whole thing looks contrived. There's a lot of things that look contrived, and I think the UAW strike is contrived. The parts manufacturers now are following them. I don't trust the system. It doesn't look. Something doesn't smell right.
What is your family into? Oh, your brother, Tony's brother.
My brother's a landscaper.
He's a great landscaper.
Yeah, he's like an artist.
It's beautiful work.
Yeah.
Let's see. Not just like regular landscaping, like crazy landscaping. Uncle Tony, are you going to do another grand opening for the new shop?
No. No, I learned my lesson with the last one.
No, we were going to do a second one, but then too many people responded, and we realized we didn't have enough room. There was just no way.
Well, the first one we had,
so we
had people like, literally, like, I had Florida man, who decided that he was going to stay in my parking lot indefinitely.
Let's stay positive.
So we had a lot of stuff like that, and then we were gonna do a second one. We put the word out, and it was just like way overwhelming. And the problem with that now is that the shop that I'm in, the other businesses are active all the time, and we're at the very front, like where when you pull into the complex, we're the first door there. So the first one we did clogged up the works, and I didn't want to have to deal with that again. So we pulled the plug on that. Plus Florida man and others. But
is your brother still back in New York?
He's in the People's Republic of New Jersey.
But he works in New York too. He
Yes.
goes back and forth. So yes. Do you need a good landscaper? I think James wears your t-shirts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, to work. Let's see.
Maggie!
Oh my goodness.
Maggie!
Whistling Diesel turnout? No.
No. No. Please. He needs a fairgrounds to do his stuff.
Yeah, pretty much. How did I meet Tony?
I picked her up hitchhiking.
No. I tried to buy his charger. His 69 charger. When I was 15.
Yep.
That's how we met. At my father's gas station. My family's gas station. Let's see. Uncle Tony's the black sheep. I can feel it. A little bit.
I am absolutely the black sheep of my family. Yes.
Yeah, Maggie, cut it out. They're upset about Maggie. Damn it, Maggie.
It's a puppy. She's a dog.
No, she barks uncontrollably. KJ Kylie, that's who made you the...
What's happening, man?
I asked you what size t-shirt you wore and you didn't get back to me. Get back to me. Tony, does that Duster have the Fuel Miser fender top turn signal option?
No.
No.
It's a 74.
He does beautiful work.
He does
He makes beautiful car models.
Maggie!
She's not singing. She's crazy. There's a dog next door that she barks at. There's like a gap in the fence that she can see through.
Yeah. Maggie. Maggie. She doesn't listen.
Doc says, I love the lantern for light.
Thank you.
Standing foot. UTG, can I put a tent on your house roof? My rent is getting too high.
You know, there are people who would do that. And we've met them. Yeah, it's... YouTube
You
brings...
can do it. You can do it. No, not to put a tent. I mean, he can pay his rent.
Oh, yeah, you can do it.
Yeah, I'm saying you can do it. It's okay. You got this.
Start a YouTube channel and bring in the big bucks.
And Standing Foot's laughing. I think he's making fun of the fact that somebody tried to move in the shop.
Please.
Yeah, someone tried to move. They did. They moved into the shop without telling us.
Which one was that? Oh,
Yeah,
that
right,
psycho,
yeah.
please. Yeah.
And we have a lot of things that are stolen that we wonder about. Like items are missing.
I had a helper who made appearances on this channel for a short while. And you could see he was a little off. You know what I'm saying? You could see he was a little off. But I was like, okay, nobody's perfect. And I left him in the shop one night. I finished up, I don't know, it was like 9 o'clock, right? 9, 10 o'clock. And we were still doing stuff. So I says, I'm going home. And he says, all right, well, I'll finish up. I says, great. So the next morning, I show up there. It's like 6 o'clock in the morning, right? And the place smelled a little funny, right? Didn't smell like shop. It had a smell like a. Have you ever been in like a project apartment?
Oh my gosh.
Okay. And I'm like, that's weird,
That's
I wonder what that is. So I looked over what he was working on, and it was okay. Everything was done, and the shop was clean and neat and organized. Like, okay, I guess he stayed late and finished things up. Well, I go into the office area to hit the bathroom, and as I'm walking past the room, I see that he moved an entire apartment's worth of furniture into one of the empty offices.
But it's funny.
So he's got a futon in there, and some tables, and a TV, and a hot plate, and
It's so funny.
and a dog. You see?
And a dog.
Yeah. So, but this is when you get into this world of YouTube, this is what happens. You attract these people.
It's so funny.
You attract these people.
Okay. Uncle Squatter's garage.
And you could tell stories like that, but who the hell would believe it?
Right, I know. You're always the bad one, Tony.
I'm always the bad guy.
You're the bad guy.
I'm always the bad guy.
Smells like a 63 Biscayne.
No,
Possibly.
no. It smells like an apartment, like in like a tenement, project. It smells like the projects.
Tony didn't let him stay. No.
No. We had a discussion.
Too funny. Oh, okay. You're asking. J. Russell Finch is saying you guys named people funny names you knew back on Staten Island. Like everybody had a nickname.
Yeah.
Back then, that was normal.
Yeah.
Monster, etc. What others were there? What other nicknames were there?
Oh God. We had Nipplehead, Nicky the Retard, Louis the Nose, Fat Al,
Didn't they call him like Disgusto or something?
Louis Scum.
0.
0.
Not you 0.
No.
0.
0 bug death.
Zero bug death.
Yeah, you got a job as an exterminator. Oh God, there was so many. I can't remember everybody.
Yeah, there's a lot of people. What is so funny?
do you remember the shop shirts?
Mob names? No, not mob names.
Do you remember the shop shirts?
Which?
When we had the place on Castleton
Oh
Avenue?
yeah, Louis shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I had a shop on Castleton Avenue on Staten Island. It wasn't Castleton, it was Port Richmond Avenue. No, not Port Richmond Avenue.
Richmond Terrace and Castleton.
Richmond and Castleton.
The corner.
So
1840 Richmond Terrace.
Wow, you
remember
remember
the
that?
address, yeah.
Holy shit. So we had shop uniforms. So back then they had these uniform companies, and they drop you off like 7 days worth of shop clothes, and then at the end of the week they pick those up and drop you off a fresh set, right? So and you had your names on them. So Louis, I had them embroidered, just scum. The looks were, and he didn't think anything of it. It was like, okay, yeah, he put on his scum shirt.
Yeah, he didn't care.
Nah. We had the monster back there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, there were so many people.
Yeah, there were a lot. Only
Wonder how many of them are
140
still alive.
I don't know. Some, not all.
Huh?
But Petri messaged me, trying to get in touch with you. I gave him his phone number.
Huh.
Yeah. Maybe you didn't get it. I don't know. Thought of hiring somebody to run merch shack outside the grounds? No.
No.
Absolutely not.
No.
No. Let's see. Good reunion content? You want a reunion?
Yeah. No. Oh man, it was the car service was Buffalo Joe and Kevin the Raft. Lordo Dirt. Do you remember Lordo Dirt?
Yeah, disgusting. Don't tell any of those stories.
Oh God.
Disgusting. Rocco, but that was his name.
Yeah, that was his name. That doesn't count.
No.
I knew this guy Tony Lordo Dirt, and he had this.
Disgusting.
Do you remember?
Yeah, I remember. It's disgusting. You shouldn't tell this story. YouTube is gonna ban us for disgusting stories.
He had this really long thumbnail, like an inch long thumbnail, and he would eat butter. You can't make. Am I making this up?
No.
Because you can't make this up. And he would eat butter. That was his thing. Butter off his thumbnail.
Disgusting. Oh man. I have to say that's pretty gross. It's really gross. Disgusting don't count? No? Butter, that is disturbing. It is disturbing. Yeah. Okay.
You know, here's the thing though. That was the least. He earned the name Lordo Dirt for other reasons.
When you talk about this stuff, it sounds like it's something from a movie. It doesn't sound like it's real.
Please, I know all about it. I know.
It doesn't sound real.
I know. Well, that's why I'm glad I got you, because you witnessed this stuff.
I know. But it was real.
It was the time and the place.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The 70s and the
crazy.
80s in New York was just...
Unhinged.
It was unhinged.
It was like a movie. Sometimes you would stop and think, this feels like a movie. How is this even real?
Well, that was one of the things that I really felt good about when we moved to Tennessee, because it was like
Yeah.
all of a sudden I was surrounded by like regular people who did like regular things, and shit like The Simpsons and King of the Hill all suddenly made sense, because like
Right.
it's regular,
Mm-hmm. Did you see Buffalo Campo's cars running and driving?
I have not,
You haven't. He hasn't.
I have not, I've not seen Buff in like months.
Do the amount of likes make any difference? Yes.
For the algorithm, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we never ask for them, but they're always appreciated.
Yeah. The birds, yeah. Yeah, a lot of crazy people. A lot of crazy happenings. Characters. There are lots of
Lots of characters.
Here, not so much. It's a little boring.
Different characters.
Different characters.
Well, it was Stony.
Yeah. I like Dan, the guy that we got Winnie from. He's kind of a character.
Oh, yeah,
a
but
little bit. Anybody needs a border collie, go to Dan's Dogs, Tennessee Border Collies. Come up to Michigan. I don't think New York is like that anymore. I think it was very particular to that time period.
Yes. If you've ever seen Goodfellas, that movie is so accurate as far as the personalities. Like,
I just thought of a New Year's Eve party I went to with you at what's his name's house.
which one?
Where like he's like you like that's such and such Hammers. And I was like, what?
Oh, Joey Hammers. Yeah.
I was like, huh? What?
Yeah. We can't talk about that.
No, I think that's funny.
Can I talk about that? You met Uncle Pete.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, if you ever seen the movie Goodfellas, that is such an accurate representation of the type of people, the atmosphere, the way people react to each other, interact with each other. It's like, it's so dead on.
A lot of those people are gone though.
Yes.
Yeah. Remember when you rode the motorcycle up his stairs and chased his mother through the house?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like that was normal. That's like how crazy that is. That was normal. Like every day, stuff like that happened.
It's true.
Riding through the streets, and you smacked the quarter panel on the thing with my father. You racing my father in the street on the way to the gas station.
Yeah.
That's not normal.
It was normal then and there.
I know. Let's see. Goodfellas is one of the best movies.
It's extremely accurate.
His mother lives on Staten Island. Martin Scorsese's mother lives on Staten
I
Island.
can believe it.
She had I think her funeral was at like Scalia. She died.
Well, so when we had the coffee house in New York, this is in 2001, 2002, and then we moved here in 2003. So in 2001, one of the people who was associated with the real events that movie was around, that movie was centered around, one of the actual people from that was a regular at the coffee house. He'd come in every night at about 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. And his best friend at the coffee house was, what the hell was his name? Earthman. Earthman.
Tom.
Yeah, Tom. And he was the senior vehicle inspector for the Department of Motor Vehicles. And the two of them would get together and just yap and stuff like that, and smoke cigars and hang out. So a lot of that stuff was very close to home.
It's funny when somebody from New York is talking to me, I'll start talking New York back.
Yeah.
Do you do that?
I guess, I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't pay attention.
I notice it with myself. Like if I hear somebody from New York and they're talking to me, either it's on the phone or like I meet somebody here, I turn New York, which is it's really weird. It's weird. Good old Tom, yeah.
Earthman.
Frankie Pipe Wrench Spedafini.
And his dog Gunter.
Charles says that happens to me with an Alabama accent. Does it? Yeah, you revert. What do you like most about where you live now?
Everything. Everything. I've been in love with Tennessee since the minute I got here. Just, I love everything about it.
French Connection Rocker Panels Workshop Provider.
It was a crazy place. There was a lot of stuff going on in New York at that time.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on.
Google the Pizza Connection. Right? If you want, so I'm trying to think how I can say this without mentioning names. Without.
You guys probably just don't say it. How about that? Maybe don't say it.
Somebody who I worked on their race car.
Don't say it.
On and off for a couple of years, and that's all I can say about that.
No, he didn't say that. No, he
What?
didn't say it. You mentioned pizza. He's not talking about that.
No,
No,
not
no.
that Pizzagate shit. No, which is real, by the way. But no, no. This was a thing. This was a cocaine-related deal. It was called the Pizza Connection. What? What are you going like this?
Stop talking. Stop talking.
So somebody's race car that I worked for this guy on and off for a couple of years. He was supposed to be in the witness protection program because of events having to do with that. She's going like, no. She's going, no. Franco knows the whole story.
So do other people.
Who?
I'm not gonna say.
Nobody knows. It's vague. It's so vague.
It's not vague.
It's very vague. Nobody would ever put two and two together.
All right, let's talk about something else.
Okay, I can say this for the record because the person who had the race car, that's not his real name.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't know what his real name is.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't make any difference, does it?
I can't read the comments now.
Why?
Because. Oh my goodness. His name was Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, Dr. Pepper.
That's right.
That was it.
You got it.
Too funny.
Goggles Paisano.
They're coming for you, Tony. He really didn't say anything.
No, I didn't say anything that was...
No. Do you like writing or YouTube more?
I hated writing. I hate writing. So, yes, I very much enjoy YouTube more.
Not to be confused with Mr. Pibb.
So this is the longest gig I've ever stuck with.
Yeah.
Right? Because generally speaking, oh, okay, no, the parts business, I stuck with the parts business for 10 years. But I did other things also in addition to the parts business. YouTube is my longest stretch of doing like one thing. This is 5 years now.
Yeah.
So,
Long time.
yeah. This is my longest stretch for doing anything, so it must be okay.
Yeah, it's pretty good, right? Let's see. Do you find that writing helps with transferable skills to YouTube?
No.
No, right? Yeah, it's completely different.
No. But you got to understand, like, I was a writer, but I never wanted to be a writer. Like, okay, so like the day before, this is the kind of stuff you just can't explain, right? The day before I became a writer, it had never crossed my mind to be a writer. Does that make any sense? It was just something I decided to do on a whim, like literally like on a whim, like that day. And then I was doing it.
Hmm.
I did it for several years.
YouTube wasn't like that though. YouTube was harder. It was harder to make video than it was for you to write.
It was.
Like
It was.
the learning curve for us was really hard.
It was.
We made really bad videos. Really bad videos. Let's see.
I only stuck with the writing because the pay was good, and 'cause I was making really good money compared to most writers at the time, and I got paid to go beat up new cars. So I was like, okay, here, have an IROC, have a Corvette, have a this, have a that,
Yeah.
go street race, and I would get paid to go do those things. So I was like, how do you
I
not?
think that was the best gig really that you had. Just
Yeah.
like getting those cars and just writing
Yeah.
about them. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they wouldn't give you the cars anymore, and Neil had to get them for you.
I got blacklisted.
Yeah.
I got blacklisted. I did a drag test on an 87 T-type, 86 T-type. I don't know. It was an intercooled turbo T-type, and the story was called "From Buick with Balls." And I gave the car back like there was nothing left of this car. I mean, it was done. And then from that point, I was kind of like blacklisted. So, anytime that we needed to do a drag test on a car, we'd have to have somebody go in and get the car for me, sneak it out,
Give it to you.
give it to me. I do the test, and I give it back.
But it's a test car. What do they expect?
Listen, they all sold a lot of freaking cars on my back. So
Yeah, I would say so. I think they sold a lot of Mustangs.
if my test cars required towing every once in a while, was it that big of a deal?
Right. Ford really should send you a thank you note.
They should build me a wing.
Yeah, at least send you a thank you note.
Please.
They don't care. Let's see. Are you from the East Coast?
Yes, originally New York City.
Let's see. Well, Tony, I can see you in a suit now.
Me?
Tony actually looks good in a suit.
Wrong guy.
I've seen you in a suit. You look good.
How long? What was the last time I wore a suit?
Oh, a long time ago.
40 years ago?
No.
30 years ago?
No. Funerals mostly.
Well, yeah, funerals.
Yeah. Let's see. Dearborn, Michigan, home of Ford's DeFeo Engineering Center. Is that the wing that you went named after?
Trust me when I tell you, they owe me a wing. And so does Stellantis, whoever's got Chrysler now.
They all owe you a wing, huh?
They
Okay.
each owe me a friggin' wing.
Oh, it's funny. I think definitely for the Mustang. I think that you had a big input on the Mustang. Because at that point in time, everything was kind of dying.
Who's dead?
Yeah, everything was dying. Everything was going to four-wheel drive.
Front
It
wheel
was
drive.
really, what?
Front wheel drive.
I mean, sorry, front-wheel drive. And everything was really, depressing.
We were the ones who kept Ford from going to the probe platform on the Mustang, because the Mustang was going to be front wheel drive in '89.
Mm-hmm.
And we were the ones who actually stopped that. Cars Illustrated and Muscle Mustangs and Fast Fords.
Right. Yeah, it was a grim period of time.
Yeah. You got to go back to that era. In the '80s, there was nobody else doing what we were doing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we had a very unique niche, which is why we were as successful with it as we were. But I hated it. I really did not like being a writer.
Did you ever resolve your parking ticket problem in New York City? Is that why you're in Tennessee? Of course they're paid. They're paid.
Did we pay them all?
Yeah, they're paid. They're all paid.
You sure?
Yes, I'm positive.
Okay. I'm
absolutely positively sure. Did you ever get into breakdancing in the 80s?
Oh yeah, throw down the cardboard and just watch out. You know. I invented twerking also.
Oh, jeez.
It wasn't easy.
Yes, I remember. The world owes you a big one for that.
Yeah.
Nobody owes you anything, Tony. And a thank you note would be nice from Ford. Other than that,
That's right. I've made a good living.
they made a lot of money.
They made billions.
The Mustang, yeah, yeah. He's a street racer. Don't talk to him.
I was blacklisted by the NHRA.
Yeah,
I couldn't even get credentials.
yeah, it was terrible.
I was completely blacklisted by the NHRA for a couple of years.
And then you would go to the. What happened with the Ford people? They said you were cheating.
They said that I was lying.
They said that you were lying.
They said that I'm not even going to tell that story because people are going to think that I'm making it up.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to. I don't want to do that.
Yeah. Yep. Whatever. Wish you could have stopped Ford with the new Mustang. What a travesty. Should have rode off into the sunset like the Camaro.
Oh.
Tony, how'd you become a fan of Mopar?
I couldn't tell you. I've just always been Mopar. I'm like from the time I was like a toddler. You know what I mean? I was just drawn to Chrysler products.
Cancel culture back then?
I was canceled.
Yeah.
I was canceled.
Still are kind of, sort of. See. Shorts, Tony? Oh, Mexican Spec is back. Yeah. Cancel Couture. Let's see. Best 60s engine, Tony?
Best 60s engine? So I'd have to, okay, so you have to give it to the big block Chevy because that's a product of the 60s. I know it goes back to the 50s with the W motor, but the actual the big block Chevy that we currently know, absolutely the most successful racing engine in all of history. To this day, right? To this day. So I would say that's probably the small block Chevy was a product of the 50s. As far as Mopars go, I'm going to say the 383 is probably the best all-around engine.
Able D says 26 of the propane videos. They will kick your channel through the roof with gas at almost $7 a gallon.
I know it's $7 a gallon out. Man, there's a big discrepancy in gas prices because here we're paying. I just filled up one of our cars. I don't even know which one. At $3.19 at the Walmart up the road over here. All of the gas prices in our area are like $3.20, $3.30. California regular is over $6. So I don't, and heading to $7. So I don't understand the discrepancy between. They're literally paying twice as much on the West Coast as we're paying there.
Zero says, boss, figure it'll take a year of saving to finally get out of here. You made Tennessee sound great.
Bro, come on down. I mean, seriously.
Yeah. 565 in Northern California.
What is it?
565.
Yeah.
389 in Philly. Let's see. 345 in Northeast Colorado. 359 in Charlotte.
Yeah, no, the West Coast is getting murdered with gas prices. But then we're all going to get it eventually because so crude is right there at $100 a barrel right now, 98, 99. I haven't really been paying attention for the last few days, but it's been hovering at that $100 range, which equates to about $3.50 a gallon as an average for us. But if you look at the charts, 325 or 125, 130 like that is in the bag. So we should see $4 relatively soon. Maggie, what?
I can't concentrate.
You can't concentrate because of
barking,
Maggie.
yeah.
Maggie, Maggie, come here. Want a cookie? I tried this before. She doesn't. She doesn't.
You know what? I'm gonna go get her collar.
No,
Here,
don't.
come sit here and answer the questions.
Will you
I'm gonna get her in.
you talk to people. I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna go pick her up.
Is that what you're gonna do? He's so panicked to answer questions by himself. What? All right. Premium is like $4.25 a gallon in New York. Paid $3.07 today. Woohoo! Oh, that's pretty good. What's the best 1960s transmission, Tony?
Oh, torque flight. Say hi to everybody, Maggie. Okay. She got heavy. Holy shit.
Is she heavy?
Okay, yeah.
Let's see. 727.
She's gotta be 35 pounds.
She's heavy. Oh my goodness. Cookies, yeah. Street balloons. Pictures of cookies.
Okay, I'm back.
You are back.
Yes. You
You're
noticed
so
that right away, right?
Yes. Sorry, everyone, for the barking. Have you ever had a video taken down by the powers that be? No.
No. No, we're careful. We're trying to
Are we?
avoid.
What about Conspiracy Sunday, last Sunday?
It didn't take it down?
They didn't take it down. Uh-huh.
I could talk about that stuff all night long.
Justin Billington says, in our part of England, it's equivalent to $8 a gallon.
Yeah, well, I know you guys get brutalized out there.
Tumbleweed says, hello, everyone.
What's
Hello,
happening?
Tumbleweed. Gravy-coated milk bones work a lot better than cookies.
Well,
They
cookie is their
respond to
word.
cookie, yeah.
Right. So it doesn't matter. It could be a piece of bread or it could be it doesn't make any difference. It's always a cookie.
What would be the menu if you two kids ran the concession at the track?
What would be the
no.
menu? I like the traditional track food menu. Burgers, hot dogs, nothing. I did Zeppelis.
Zeppelis?
I would eat Zeppelis. Because the world doesn't know
It's
about
not
Zeppelis.
fat enough, the world. It
What's
needs
that?
Zeppelis. The world's not fat enough, it needs Zeppelis.
Well, if you're gonna be fat in a good way, right?
I guess.
So yeah, the world's not ready for Zeppelis, but that's probably what I would add to the menu.
Somewhat Fast is UTG biggest fangirl here.
Well, thank you.
Tony, what's the absolute best transmission Mopar ever put out?
The 727. Yeah, I mean you just can't argue with the 727.
I filled up my truck and spent $1,900. What is it? I've never spent that much for gas before. What?
How big is your tank?
Yeah. What kind of truck do you have?
Must have been a gasoline tanker.
Oh my goodness. Zero at Baker's dozen. Let's see. Tony's back. Yeah, dog's barking. I'm growing my thumbnail now. Please don't.
You can't make this stuff up.
Oh my
You just
gosh.
can't make this stuff up.
It was a crazy time with crazy people. It was pretty funny though.
Surrounded by a lot of crazy people.
A lot of crazy people. But we were crazy too, so.
Well, not anymore.
Oh, we're not crazy anymore. No?
This is normal.
We're pretty normal.
Yeah.
I think we're as normal as we're gonna get.
Look at us. We live in a completely middle class area in a
We
completely
did in New York
average
too.
house.
We did in New York too. What does that have to do with anything?
Well, that's true.
Well, you lived in a middle class area in New York.
That's true.
surrounded by other middle-class people. I don't understand.
Yeah, but we don't have a fuel car in the garage.
But how many cars do we have?
Got lots.
Right. Right. Let's see. 200 plus RO Phillip for my Silverado. Oof. Let's see. UTG, have you seen my 74 satellite on my channel? I'm fixing to paint it. It's somewhat fast.
I have not.
No.
I don't have my phone with me, although I would look at it right now.
We have so little time to watch stuff. There's a lot of stuff that we miss. I'll remind him. What is it called? Somewhat
fast.
Somewhat fast. I think the mystery car is a B van with a 440, Andrew Button says.
No, absolutely not. It's not a Chrysler product.
They need you to test drive electric cars. 507 Jaybird says.
Yeah, I'm good.
Are you
I'm good.
They don't make any sounds.
Well, they do. They have recordings of different engine sounds.
Oh my goodness. No.
See, this is why we need the giant asteroid or the Great Reset. Because it all needs to be cleared out.
Because we're normal, right? How long can you keep race gas before it's no good?
No idea.
Let's see. 20.08% more gas in a UK gallon than a US gallon. Is that true? Is that true?
Well, they sell by the liter. So
They have different maths than us.
They do have different maths. Yeah. They use that commie metric thing.
They tried to shove down our throats.
Right. We rejected it for the most part.
Like Americans.
Right. We won that war. Keep your commie numbers.
Let's see what the comments are going to be on that. We use freedom units here. We love you, UK. So the UK, you love them.
Of course I love the UK. Not your government. Or the lizards there. Yeah.
They're just there.
But I
They're
love
no
the people.
else.
I love the people of the UK.
Oh my goodness. It's good to be the king.
Lizard.
Freedom units for the win, Zero says.
What was that? Freedom units
for the win.
Who sent me that clip of, was that Zero, was that you or Ari that sent me the clip
They say we feel the same way here.
Yeah, it's universal.
He's in the UK. He feels the same way.
Zero, was it you or Ari that sent me the clip of Devo and, what the hell was his name? Hey, my guy. Neil Young? Because that was epic. For Bougie Boy in the crib, that was just like over the top.
You know, Britain still technically owns us.
They certainly
Okay,
do.
all right.
They certainly do.
Let's see. Zero says, I ain't never bugged you for your number, boss. I thought you had it, Zero. I gave it to you.
Okay, so it was Ari that sent it. I knew it was one of you guys.
I thought I gave it to him.
Yeah, you should have it.
Yeah. Tony, was Hawaii a conspiracy? Oh, no. I'm not asking that. Okay.
Do
Zero
I think
says,
that
no,
it was?
I have yours, Kathy. Oh, okay, I'm going to give you Tony's. I thought that you had Tony's.
Yeah. Do I think that it was? Yes.
Oh,
Yes. Because there's a lot of eyewitness accounts of
I'm going to
things.
say Italian words that nobody understands.
No, I'm going to be very careful not to say any words that.
Here we go. Okay.
There were a lot of
I'm
eyewitness
gonna go
accounts.
get myself a drink. I'll be right back.
No, don't go anywhere. Drink mine. Here. Of things that were highly, highly unusual, and the way the description of how it spread does not make any sense in a. So yes, I believe that it was.
Nelson Big says, "What's a good non-computer controlled transmission for the modern Hemi?"
A 904 or 727. Either one, bolt right up to it. Small block bolt pattern.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah.
Foil hat affixed.
What was that now?
Foil hat affixed. You know, we could put those for sale in our merch store.
Hey, you asked, I answered.
You don't have to answer everything.
I do. If you ask me a question, I'm going to answer it.
No, you don't.
If you ask me a question, I'm going to answer it.
The Dirty Knob says, "Hi, my uncles."
What's happening now?
What's up, Dirty Knobs? You were talking about mine stamps earlier. You missed the conversation.
Oh, is he part of that?
Oh, he's the one that said it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's time for gelato.
Hey!
UFO behind Tony? No, it's a light.
It's my aura.
Left alone, mean stamps. Oh no, I can't ask these questions.
Why not?
Because we can't talk about it on YouTube.
Well, if I can't talk about it on YouTube, I'll dance around it.
Let's see. Notice? No. Okay, I can't say that. No, can't. You can't read that. I'm asking about the moon landing now. That's an easy one.
Was the moon landing?
Yeah.
I don't think we went. There's just no way. There's just no way.
Is it that time of night, Tony?
It's always that time for me.
Oh, we're gonna get kicked off.
No, we're not. No, we're not. My latest like.
Wait, I have a question
Yes.
from Benjamin C, who made you that beautiful UTG plaque that we have hanging in the office.
Yes.
UT tech question: could a dual-in, dual-out muffler be used as a crossover pipe to save on space for side pipes?
No.
Would it flow well being mounted sideways? MagnaFlow muffler.
I don't believe so. It's gonna be baffled. It's not gonna direct flow. It's not gonna merge the way an X pipe would. No, it's not gonna work the same.
Anyone want a 69 Roadrunner frame off triple black? Do you want a 69 Roadrunner?
No.
Frame off triple black?
No. How do you take the frame off on a unibody car?
I don't know. I don't know.
It's like a 67. Its numbers matching.
See. Oh, my eyes starting to twitch. What's the fastest you've ever been quarter mile?
1580.
Is that right? He's joking.
I'm not crazy enough to try to go faster than that ever.
That conspiracy stuff will be your downfall.
Good.
He says good.
Take me out. Here I am.
If nothing else, it's humorous.
I don't think there's anything humorous about it.
Well, some of it.
My current
Nick Bruni's laughing.
my current stream of research
Oh boy.
has brought me to the point that I literally don't believe anything in the official record.
But really, have you ever?
No, I always had
Right,
suspicions.
so- right.
I always had suspicions, but things that I've learned recently over the last several months, and it's not that I learned them. It's just that I became aware of things that are like right there in your face. Like you can't miss it, right? So now that I've become aware of things on a deeper level, there's absolutely not a single thing in the official record, official narrative of, let's say, the history of the last couple of 100 years, that I believe.
Mm. Well, there you go. Shoehorn Jackson, Tony, what is the best manual Chrysler transmission?
Really, there's only one, the 833.
Let's see. Have no fear, the Dougster is temporarily here.
Nice,
Well, there
nice.
you go.
We can all relax now.
Flatter around. You know, nobody else asks other car channels these types of questions. I don't think that they would answer them, first of all.
I don't think they're capable of answering them, to tell you the truth.
Oh my goodness. What's your take on modern Mopars?
They do nothing for me. They do nothing for me. I've said this many times before. I'm not a Mopar person because I'm loyal to a name. I'm loyal to a design and an engineering language that only existed for a period of time. You know what I'm saying? Like from 1960, give or take, until 1980, give or take. It was like a 20-year period. And it was a common design language, engineering, and aesthetics that's common to those cars. And that's what I'm loyal to. Like, to me, there's no difference between a new Challenger and I don't feel any sense of loyalty to a new Challenger more than I do a Subaru Forester. I mean, to me, they're exactly the same vehicle. They're interchangeable. I'm a classic era Mopar guy.
Wayne Ferguson has a funny question.
I have an equally funny answer.
Are media companies compromised when they're owned by the same companies and products that they promote?
Gee, you think that could possibly be?
I don't know. What do you think, Tony?
Oh, God. Conspiracy stuff aside, like Mockingbird media stuff aside, which is real. Yes, of course, they're all owned by corporations. They're all the same corporations own all of the media. They all read off the same scripts.
Let's see. Why are they talking about Tang? I don't know.
We haven't had Tang in a long
You
time.
don't drink it anymore, really?
I miss Tang. I may have to switch back to Tang.
Tony, how does the stream get into heads? I don't know. Do you know, Tony?
How does what?
The stream get into heads?
The stream get into heads?
I don't know.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know either. Florida's natural with pulp orange juice?
I was an orange juice freak for a long time. People used to think I was a heroin addict because of how much orange juice I drank.
What?
Yeah, heroin addicts drink orange juice.
What?
Yeah.
I never heard of that.
People made comments going way back.
Serious?
Yes.
Huh. Okay. I never heard of that. Yeah, he was on Coast to Coast. John Levy was on Coast to Coast talking about melted stones.
So it's funny, right? So last night, so I have 1,000 things going through my head, right? And I've been watching all of John Levy's videos for the last few weeks, and he's really I mean, he's good. He's really good. So I've been watching all of his videos, and so last night I keep the radio on. I have ADD. I cannot sleep without some sort of noise, without some sort of activity going on. TV, radio, there has to be something. So I fall asleep, and then, but my mind, I'm half asleep, and I hear John Levy. And I'm like, did I turn on the TV? No, right? Oh, he's on the radio. So yeah, he was on Coast to Coast last night.
Funny. Let's see. Wawa Peacock says, thank you, Tony. I watched your tuning in Elbrock with a vacuum gauge. Love the vacuum advanced versus mechanical.
Thank you.
Is there a person standing behind your ear? No. Uncle Tony has ADHD. Shocker.
I've never been tested, but I'm probably on the spectrum too.
Mm. Yeah. Have you ever thought about coordinating your live chats with Jamie's at Dead Dodge Garage? I like watching both of you.
I was on his show last week.
Well, the week before, was it?
Was it the week before? Or
Might have
I
been
don't
the
know if it
week
was last
before.
week or the week before. But yeah, we finished up over here, and I saw he was on the. So I jumped on his for a while.
Wolfman Jack. Hmm? No one broadcasts coast to coast in New York anymore. No?
Really?
We used to drive around at night listening to that.
Art Bell.
No one do it crazy. Just drive around Staten Island all night.
I
listening to
remember
coast to
coming home
coast.
from like Fountain Avenue, listening to that.
Look through the side glass. Okay, I'm looking through the side glass. Is there a person there? No. There's no person. No. There's nobody standing there. The art was the best. Coast to Coast used to be great.
I like George Norrie better.
Do you?
Yeah.
Coast to Coast is the same without Art Bell. I just went to listen to John Levy. I'm asleep.
Oh, listen, the guy's an acquired taste. You know, I'm gonna tell you that. I'll tell you that
He
right.
makes me nervous.
Yeah,
I'm
Kathy
like,
can't Kathy can't listen
spit
to
it
him.
out. I'm like, let's go. I don't have patience with this.
But I get it. I get the way. I get why he is the way he is. Why he talks the way he talks. I get it.
Let's see. George Norrie heresy. Let's see. How is that blue bottle behind you standing? That is a curved roof.
Blue bottle.
On the roof.
Oh, geez, yeah. I don't know.
The physics is different here in
Yeah,
Tennessee.
this is right.
Things are completely they're a little
Yes.
off.
We don't have gravity here. Right?
No.
We have to simulate gravity with all these freaking videos.
We're
that we do.
pretending.
It's a pain in the ass.
Yeah. Let's see. George was bad about interrupting guests. George Norrie? Was he?
I don't know. I've never found anything objectionable about the guy.
I think the last time I listened to that was a really long time ago. I want to say like 8 years ago.
Yeah.
10 years ago. And they would have people come on that I was just laughing the whole time. Like they would have people call in.
Open lines.
Open lines. I'm a first time caller.
He doesn't
laugh my butt off.
George Norrie doesn't get the same level of psychos that Art Bell did.
Why?
I don't know.
Are there less psychos now?
No, I guess they just screen them a little bit better.
Oh no, they should let them on.
There's plenty of them, but Art Bell had a bigger variety of nut jobs.
I will laugh so hard. Let's see. Uncle Tony, mad scientist, invents anti-gravity duster, space duster.
Space duster. Yes.
The blue bottle conspiracy. We should make something up about that. Get the whole internet going. Get Twitter going. Let's see. You watch anyone like Anthony Brian Logan? Who's that?
I've never heard of him.
I don't know who that is. How old are you, Uncle Tony? And what is your dream car?
I'm 61. And what
What is your dream car?
I don't have one. I don't have one. If I gave you an answer right now, it would be different in a half hour. It's just,
Yeah.
I love them all.
What blue bottle? You guys see a blue bottle?
Yeah, what blue bottle?
What are you talking about?
It's CGI. That's our CGI blue bottle we've been testing.
Oh, man. Oh, he covers political related stuff.
No, I stay away from political stuff.
Yeah.
It's pointless. Both parties are.
Let's see. We have to try and stay positive over here.
That is staying positive.
It's staying positive.
That is staying positive. Politics are a scam. Period. The end. Period. The end. Congress is a scam. Period. The end. And nobody can tell me otherwise. I look beyond that. Why? What?
You're on YouTube right now.
And?
I'm just saying. I'm just letting you know.
I'm stating the
reminding
obvious.
you.
If people haven't figured that out by now.
Avoiding politics is staying positive.
Yeah,
I mean, I agree, but
bingo.
You're talking about it right now.
No. I'm explaining why I avoid it. I avoid it because I've come to realize that it's a scam. The whole thing is a scam.
Well, yeah.
Okay. So I'm past that. I'm looking at other things.
See, we narrowly avoided the shutdown. Did we?
Would it matter?
I don't know. What do you think of the new? Oh,
The what?
this is the latest conspiracy. He's asking about the latest conspiracy.
Which one?
It's the phone.
Oh, okay, yeah. Kathy was like, "What if they ask you about the phone?" I was like, "I don't know."
Because we were saying like last week, it was like conspiracy Sunday.
I think it's a nothing burger. It's another in a chain of nothing burgers. And I think that's calculated. You create it as like a boy that cried wolf situation. And I think that when they do go for the big rug pull, it'll really catch people off guard.
The blue bottle just winked at you.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. We can't really talk about politics.
It's not that we can't. I really don't want to.
Yeah, we don't want to talk about politics. Everybody has their own ideas. Everybody's going to do what they're going to do.
It would be more productive and realistic to talk about what the characters on the Beverly Hillbillies or the Simpsons would do than what politicians are going to do. Because it's the same level of credibility or realism.
South Jersey Jim is trying to save you some trouble. Everyone can read his comment. It's okay. Pretty much anybody with a brain now has similar views, yeah.
Yes. I mean, we knew. Oh God, the Ross Perot days. You know, that's.
I don't talk about it anymore because I talked about it a long time ago.
Yeah.
So now I watch all these young children talk about it, and I'm like, good luck.
Right.
But at least I said to you before, a lot more people listen to them than when we were talking about it.
Yes.
When I was bringing it up, people looked at me like I was crazy.
Yeah, I knew the system was rigged back during the Ross Perot days. He won, right? And nobody could tell me otherwise. And if he didn't win, he was a close second. Nobody could tell me otherwise. I was there. I remember very distinctly the sentiment, the people on the street, and how they were talking and all of that. So the fact that he didn't even show up as a blip during that election told me right there that the system is rigged. And then a couple of years later, you had the whole hanging Chad thing, which was just so fucking stupid, right? It was ridiculous. But people hung in there. You know what I mean? They were like, oh, you know, it's another 3 votes. Oh, it's a hanging Chad, right? So yeah, okay, it was nonsense. It was freaking nonsense. So I've known that the system is rigged 30 years now, and it just hasn't changed. It's only gotten more crazy.
Blue bottle for office. Yeah.
It would do a better job.
Uncle Tony, what were you doing? Oh, he's asking about 9/11. What were you doing on 9/11? Because you were on Staten Island.
Waking up.
In those days.
Waking,
You're having your coffee.
I was having my coffee.
Yeah.
I woke up late that day.
As we say in Boston, vote early, vote often. It attracts the wrong kind of people. That's right, Jay Bird. The crazy kind.
What's that?
Politics attracts the wrong kind of people.
Absolutely.
Yeah, if you want to run for office, you're probably not someone that should be voted for.
You notice they're all lawyers.
Oh, yeah.
Right,
Well, not every lawyer is bad.
No, not every lawyer is bad, obviously, right? But lawyers who enter politics are bad. There's just move on.
Move on.
Move on.
Thank you. I'm gonna need a glass of wine in a minute.
Now,
Save
who
it for
was it?
Hernandez.
One of the founding fathers, I don't remember which one it was, wanted a stipulation that lawyers were not eligible
And
for
not
office.
eligible.
There were reasons for that.
Oh my goodness. Carry on, nothing to see here. The Blue Bottle Society.
Trust me, the blue bottle could do a better job than most of.
Oh my goodness.
Give me water.
Hang on, I need a drink.
Yes, take a drink.
Okay.
Thank
I
you.
wonder if they're talking about this on Motor Trend.
No, they're not.
No? I used to listen to Car Talk because sometimes they actually talked about cars. Do you want to talk about cars then?
Talk about cars. I'm here to talk about anything you guys want to talk about.
Let's see. It's about UFOs.
What was that?
Somebody's asking about UFOs. Talk about capybaras.
Kathy what?
Capybara.
Capybaras?
Capybaras.
I think they're bigger than they look, from what I understand.
Yeah. They're pretty big.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like the size of the dogs or something.
Yeah, they look like they're just little, but no,
No,
they
they're
got
big.
some size to them.
We don't have any here in Tennessee.
No. But if we did, I'd like to have one.
Any car people in our neighborhood?
Um,
No.
well, don't say that. You got
No.
Connor on the
Oh, the other side of the street. Yeah.
yeah, on the other side, he's got a drift car.
Mm-hmm.
There's that guy with the '66 Charger
Mm-hmm.
that followed us home that day. Yeah, there's some car people. I just don't really get out and socialize with anybody. I'm a neurotic recluse. I used to socialize a lot more, and then YouTube happened, and now I don't socialize with anybody.
Uncle Tony for president. You want to run for president, Tony?
Oh, we got Dr. Art. He's in the neighborhood.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Tony, what's the best looking mag and wheel setup?
I like slots. I've always thought slots are the wheels, right? But it kind of depends on the car. The more intricate lines a car has, I like the torque thrusts. If it's got a lot of trim on it, like a high trim kind of car, I like the look of SS's or even Keystone Classics. But for me, the the default wheel is the slot.
For your SSs, SS2s are cool from GM. Let's see. Watched Crazy Mary, Dirty Larry last night. Any thoughts? The dialogue is pretty ridiculous, but the Charger was nice.
Yeah, I'm not a big movie guy. I can't sit through. See, I was I was like born without suspension of disbelief, so it's like I have a hard time sitting through movies. A movie has to be really silly or off the wall for me for me to sit through it. Like as soon as a movie tries to get serious, I just can't. Because I know they're just reading lines. You know what I'm saying? I know there's like cameras and a boom mic and all this other stuff. So it's like I can't watch movies. I just check out of them unless they're funny. If it's a funny movie, I get some laughs out of it. I could stick with it.
The only movie we watch is like it's Mad World.
Yeah.
We've watched that.
So when I like a movie, I'll watch it 100 times.
Yeah.
So it's like a Mad World. I've seen countless times. Monty Python and the Holy Grail. I've seen that countless times. My favorite, I think the best movie I've ever seen. Probably the best movie in all of history. And Kathy hates it.
What is it?
You know which one it is?
No, I don't know.
Die You Zombie
Oh,
Bastards.
it's terrible.
See? I knew it.
It's terrible movie.
Greatest movie
No,
in the history
Spinal
of...
Tap is the greatest movie in the
What's
history.
that?
Spinal Tap.
Spinal Tap is good. Spinal Tap is good, but it's nowhere near as good as Die You Zombie Bastards.
It's better than that.
Nothing is better than Die You
Spinal
Zombie
Tap
Bastards.
is better than that. You have to really watch it.
I've seen Spinal Tap.
You weren't paying attention.
I've seen it 30 times.
Let's see. I don't care. Run for office. You're a normal guy with a normal head. No.
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 But first, I have far too many skeletons in my closet.
Like nobody in office does.
But oddly enough, I fully plan on having even more skeletons in my closet as I go forward. So, yeah, it probably wouldn't be a good thing for me to do.
I can't say that name. Tony is such and such. Yeah, I don't think I can even mention that on YouTube. Oh, good. The dogs are barking.
Oh, they're just going nuts in there.
What's up, Dodge Boy? He says, hey, all.
What's going on?
How about Don Knotts and Tim Conway? Private Eyes.
I've never seen it.
No, I didn't see it either. Is Winnie a barker? Only when I'm eating.
She's becoming one.
Oh my goodness.
She's contributing.
Is she?
Yeah, I'm watching her through the door.
Yeah, she's barking too.
She's in the pen.
Good. They're teaching her bad habits.
Yes. They're corrupting my fluffy little border
Angel.
collie.
What is going on?
They're turning my border collie into a beagle.
The YouTube video of Spinal Tap at the airport metal detector is funny. Yeah. Yeah. Every part of that movie has something funny in it, but you have to pay attention.
Well, it's like the Holy Grail. Same thing.
Yeah, but Spinal Tap in a much more subtle way.
Mm.
Have you ever hunted rabbits with your beagles?
Nah, I'm not a hunter. I can't do it. I mean, I could if I was.
rabbits back here, and we've tried to get them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could if I was hungry. Like if it served a purpose, yeah, I'd hunt in a heartbeat. But I have a supermarket. I have a supermarket right there, and I have a supermarket right there. So it's like
Right.
I just don't have any need to.
South Jersey Jim says animals tend to act up just before alien abductions.
Yeah, that's true. I know that. I know that.
Oh, too funny. Tony, what's on the other side of the moon? They don't ask, they They don't ask people on Motor Trend these questions, do they?
Well, so the difference is I'm not a one-dimensional character. Where most car YouTubers are single focus. That's what they do.
Okay.
And I'm not. Cars occupy maybe half of my head, and then many other things occupy the other half.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. I'm sorry I'm a little late, but the propane conversion on the 361 was cool and got me thinking of doing it myself. I wonder how many people are doing that now. Are gonna get the conversion kit?
I bet you they're getting a lot of inquiries.
You think so?
I think so. That engine sounds so freaking good.
But how much power is it gonna make?
I don't know.
Is it just gonna kind of roll along?
No.
Even though it sounds good?
No.
No?
We're gonna find out. So we didn't shoot any video on it, but I had a well sorted out 750 Holly on that engine 3 weeks ago, and it sounded on propane. It sounded at least as good, if not better, which really surprised me. But again, see, sound isn't an indication of power; it's an indication of health. So when an engine sounds good, it means that the pistons are. You've got your compression, your timing events are in sync, right? There's a tone that an engine makes when it's right, and that engine makes that tone. So it's an indication of health. The engine is definitely healthy. How much power it makes, I don't know, or how to harness the power, because just because it sounds like it's making power doesn't mean it's making power on the bottom end, or it's making power. Like, I know that engine's going to have a deficit on the top end. So let's say to test that setup with a deep gear, like a 410 or 456 gear, mix match, it's not going to work. It has to be, because we got 460 CFM that we're working with. So that engine's done 5,000, 51, 5,200 RPM. It's just going to flat run out of CFM. So, but I don't know. We're going to find out. It sounds great. It smells cool. It sounds, we'll find out. I'm excited about it.
So Wolfgang Track says, "Let me shout you out for being from Staten Island. I'm from Elizabeth, right over the Gospels from you."
Aye.
Elizabeth, New Jersey.
Elizabeth.
Been there many times.
Yep.
So we have a surplus of propane.
Well, propane's made from natural gas, and we have like stupid amounts of natural gas in this country.
But I thought that they didn't want us to use stoves anymore.
That's those green freaking commies. They're all gonna get taken out. All of them. They're all gonna get taken out. Don't hold your head. Kathy's like, what are you saying? Right? They're all going down. Klaus and those other fucking ass clowns. They're all going down.
That's not even real.
Dr.
It's
Evil.
a joke.
I know. Enjoy the show.
Still laughing. I am a guest stove outlaw, Ari says.
Right, when gas stoves are outlawed. Only outlaws will have gas stoves.
Right. That's a good t-shirt. See, they're gonna have the fire alarm pulled on them, yeah.
Yeah. So around here, the rural areas, and I'm in the city, but I've got rural a mile that way, right? So all of the heating is done by propane. So there's absolutely no shortage in my area. I mean, I don't know how it is everywhere else, but in this area, there's just propane just everywhere.
It's a great t-shirt, I know, right, Wopor Polak? We're gonna make that one, Tony.
That would be good for your Etsy.
Oh, yeah. My Etsy. I'm making an Etsy page. That's when you start using... I'm laughing over that. Let's see. That's when you start using that pile of free bricks and build yourself a sweet Russian double bell heating and cooking stove. That's nice. You could do that, Tony. You want to build things?
I'll put that on my list of stuff to do. I learned my lesson with the chicken coop.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Bring back the UTG patches.
Oh God, that was 5 years ago.
Yeah, a long time ago.
4 years ago.
Yeah. When is part 2 of Bitch and Burnout coming? I don't know.
I don't want to beat the car up. Now that it looks, see, that's the problem, right? Now the car looks really good, and I don't want to beat it up. I just want to drive it gently. So I don't know. Maybe we'll do it with a different car. Maybe we'll do it with the propane. I bet you that thing will do burnouts like there's no tomorrow.
You think so?
Yeah. It'd do burnouts easier than a Charger would. It's probably 1,000 pounds lighter.
CJ West family's moving from New York. New York's a fallen state, they say. That's
To
where
where?
they plan to move. He doesn't say where he's moving.
Oh, yeah, get the hell out of there. Get the hell out of there.
Did you see that storm? All the rain?
That's the wrath of God.
The flooding? No, at least it cleaned out the subways.
Nah, nothing will ever clean out the subways.
I have bad memories of the subway. Really bad.
The bright side is that for like 2 or 3 days, New York City didn't smell like piss.
Oh, it smelled like piss. For sure. And you know, we can say that because we live there. But I don't want anybody else saying that.
Oh, feel free to say whatever you want. I have so much hatred for that place. I don't even have words.
CB says Long Island's fine.
Yeah,
That's good.
I have an unreasonable and unbounded, eternal hatred for that place that just there are no words. There are no words.
It's like a toilet flushing. You know, I kind of believe it. I've touched things in the subway that I didn't even know what it was, and I was like, "Oh my God, what is this on my hands?" I'm not kidding. Bad memories. I have trauma. I have PTSD from the subway. Let's see. You feel the same way about California? What does Tony hate more, New York City or fan shows?
New York City.
You really?
Yes, absolutely.
I don't hate New York, but I don't hate it. But it's just not the same.
I don't hate it either. I loathe it. I despise it. There's just no words. There's no words. No words.
CJ West family says, hopefully our YouTube channel takes off and we can move south. Oh, good luck. I hope so.
Crank at it.
Everybody go check out the CJ West family channel. Fan shows are great. Yeah.
I met Sleeper Dude. Talk about family channels. I met
they
Sleeper
do
Dude
really
a couple
good.
of weeks ago. And what a nice guy. I just so wholesome. That whole deal is just so wholesome.
He's not talking about, like, conspiracy theories.
Who, Sleeper Dude?
Yeah.
No.
Let's see. I like this. I like his channel, CJ West says. Harry's saying, where he is not so good.
What is?
Where he is not so good. I love Sleeper Dude's channel. 672E Galaxy says. Bottle Rocket screaming to Uncle Tony, turbocharge me.
No, nitrous. I do want to do something with that car before the end of the year.
Do you?
We were going to race Andy.
Yeah.
In fact, we were supposed to get together this last week. We were going to race, but he's busy. He's all over the place. I want to give him his rematch. I'm ready to give him his rematch. But he's busy. He's got a job that he's all over the place. So I understand, our schedules are not compatible at the moment.
Bottle rocket needs nitrous.
It has nitrous.
Maybe it needs more nitrous.
The new motor is the one that's the engine that's in there is the one that we started out with. It's literally, well, I mean, it's just junk. I mean, it's real junk in there. It runs good, but that's not the good motor for the car. I've got all of the parts for the good motor. I just haven't put it together yet. And the good motor is getting significantly more spray than the one that's in there now.
Junk, yeah.
Oh,
Junk.
please.
All you do is make junk, Tony.
I like junk. Junk is fun, and when junk wheelies, it's there's something special about that.
Wheeling junk.
Wheeling junk is always good.
Let's see. What's gonna make it good? Dakota wants to know.
You'll find out when I put it together.
I'm not gonna tell you, Dakota.
Right.
Let's see. Is it difficult to find parts and components to restore the 318 polyhead engines back to service? Richard Stanbury is asking.
Not really. All the bottom end stuff, like rings and bearings and bottom end parts, are all the same as an LA motor, an LA 318. So that's an abundance. Head gaskets. Although no, I think you can use an LA head gasket on it. Yes, you can use an LA head gasket on it. I think the only problem you may have is a cam, because the cams aren't interchangeable between a poly and a wedge motor. But no, you shouldn't have any problem at all.
Okay. What's the best / strongest way to stop the main web cracking on a stock block, Mopar big block?
The webs don't crack. The webs don't crack because they're a weak point. They crack because of detonation. You could probably, and people did, because if you go back to like the early days of fuel racing, when I say early days, you go back to the 70s, right, the 60s and 70s, there were guys that would get 50, 60 runs out of an iron block and not crack it. And you have to realize that those engines have the same main saddles as the wedge. In fact, your 77, 78, 76, 77, 78 440s have the revised race Hemi main saddles. So they were getting 2,000 horsepower out of them, and they were living. But as soon as there was even a trace of detonation, it would split the number two. Well, it would always show up at the number two. The number two main saddle at the at about the 2 o'clock position, with the oil hole being midnight. So at about being 12 o'clock. So at about the 2 o'clock position, you'd have a crack that would run across the saddle, and it would go up over the bolt, the bolt boss, and then it would start to run up the cylinder wall. So it was like a crack that went like this. Keep the motor out of detonation. That's the big thing. Aluminum caps go a long way, because the aluminum cap deadens some of the blow from the detonation. Studs instead of bolts also. There's just build it right, and there's no reason you can't get 800 to 1,000 reliable horsepower out of just a normal run-of-the-mill 440 block.
Shout out from Pasadena, California. Huntington Beach, California here, Zero says. I will say the best thing about Bakersfield is the Famoso drag strip.
Is there anything else there?
I don't know. Expensive gas.
Yes. Kern County.
Have you ever been to Canada? It's nice, laugh out loud.
Once.
Let's see. Dakota says that's cool about the aluminum main caps. Tony, the black Detroit Street Racer Valiant with 440 and a 6-pack hood scoop that you featured in your first issue is on YouTube, and the new owner is a fan. Oh yeah. Remember that car I told you about?
Yes. Yes.
Jeff Lee sent
I remember.
me pictures from that guy.
It's 35 years ago.
I know. Yeah, he sent pictures. You saw them. I showed them to you. Right?
Yes. Yes.
Let's see. Okay, raining slant 6 with a chance of cannibals. You guys seriously need to get Tennessee to improve their internet and Wi-Fi and cell tower system. It seems like you're having too much audio static and video buffering. We've got a lot of towers around us.
I will call Tennessee tomorrow and
Hello,
tell
Tennessee.
them. Yeah, I will call Tennessee tomorrow and tell them that we have static and buffering issues, and they'll get right on it because that's what they do.
Pull your shirt down. It looks like you're having a baby. Are you having a baby? It's the way he's sitting.
I've lost some.
Oh yeah, you look great. You look good. Let's see. LPG best compression?
I don't know. I'm learning about this stuff.
Bring back the Tennessee Valley Authority.
Did anybody ever wonder why you get all these green people, you got all these psycho
You
people.
don't want any green people watching your channel.
Oh, fuck them if they have a problem with that. They're psychos. You got all of these psycho green people, but no, we got hydro, right? Why don't we have hydro? You had, at one point, the right over here, the TVA plant powered the entire southeast, right? The entire southeast, all the way down to Florida.
That's true.
As long as the water is running, the wheel is turning, and it's making electricity. Why is this not an option? Why is this not the thing to go to? I get it. You're freaked out by nuclear power. Oh, it's a bad boy, right? Okay, fine. I get nuclear fear. I understand that. But hydro? Why isn't the world saying, hey, we have rivers all over the place. Why don't we have hydro? See, this is what I mean. Everything is a scam. Across the board, everything is a scam.
Well, there you go. UTG, come for the junk, stay for the conspiracies.
That's not a conspiracy.
That's a fact. It'll hurt the fishes.
Fuck the fishes.
That's a good t-shirt. All right. We're over 2 hours in.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I just want to let
That went fast.
Mm-hmm.
This was kind of a low-key kind of night.
A little bit.
A little bit.
Sometimes it goes that way.
Yeah, I'm just tired.
Well, yeah. There's that.
There's that too.
There is that. Some Sundays we're more tired than other Sundays.
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna pack it in.
Are you ready to pack it in?
I don't know. Is there any activity there?
Everyone knows the answers are right there in front of us.
They are.
Everyone knows, but they're not saying anything. Great show, UTG. Eric on Kaffer says.
Why aren't the EV people pushing for hydro? If it's that big of a deal to make everybody go to EV, which is absurd, but that's besides the point, why aren't the EV people pointing out the fact that we have all the electricity in the world, so create a new network, a new electrical network, and run it off of the hydro just for the friggin' charging systems?
Good night, numbnuts. Thanks for hanging out.
All right. Yes. Everybody,
Why don't you
thank you
start
for
a
hanging
group?
out. Ari Zero Food Bar, guys, thank you so much. Everybody contributed super chat. Thank you. You keep the wheels turning. Thank you. Everybody contributed just with your presence and your conversation. You're equally appreciated. what do we got coming up?
What do we have coming up?
Yeah. We got the video we started shooting today. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
And that'll be interesting. I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
And you have to do the video about
Yes.
the vehicle.
Yes. But I'm going to roll that into something else.
Oh, you are?
And I don't want to do too many of them in a row because I want to get back to just regular car content for a little while.
Oh, okay.
You know, we'll give up the views.
Yeah.
But we want,
Just make regular car content.
but we want to stay grounded.
Of course.
You know, so.
Of course.
That's it. Kiwi. So, our Thursday night Tech Talk is going to either move to a different night or a different time because Winnie starts her agility training on Thursday
Oh,
nights.
no, not agility. She's not doing agility yet.
Well, her training. Right?
Yeah. She's in the puppy class. She
And
can't do agility yet.
Well, you know, but it's leading up to that. And I don't want to. I just don't want to miss that. So we're gonna have to move.
Sorry, guys.
We're gonna have to move our Thursday night to either a different time or whatever Kiwi wants to do it. So that may change this week. I don't know. What else is there? That's it.
Is that it?
Right. That's it.
Stay negative grounded. How to doggy class.
My dogs come first. I mean, it's that simple. So, all right.
Don't make the dog go to school. School sucks.
Oh,
No,
please.
she loves it. She needs it for her brain.
Yeah, it's a different kind of school.
smart.
Different kind of school. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's not the kind that corrupts and twists.
Do you like anything?
Yes, I love my dogs.
Oh, you're supposed to say I don't like anything.
I love our viewers.
Is that supposed to be a T-shirt?
So, all right.
Thanks, Ari. Is Ari going on now?
Yeah, if Ari's going on, go over there. Check out the After the Tony, Ari DeBernia's channel. And that's it. Make it stop. Make it stop now. Yes. Just
Thank you, everybody.
Make it stop.
Oh, and go check out our merch, too. We have merch.
Oh, yes.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everybody.